Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. Today we're heading to Modern to check out a super sweet, rampy combo deck that goes by the name of Tooth and Nail, the namesake card of the deck. This one recently took Chris Depew to a top 8 finish at a SCG Super IQ, so congrats to Chris on his finish with the deck. A quick reminder before we break it all down, if you enjoy this deck and want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. Tooth and Nail is built around the card Tooth and Nail, a 7-mana sorcery that says choose one. You can search your library for 2 creatures and put them in your hand, or you can put 2 creatures from your hand onto the battlefield. But it has Entwine, which is another version of Kicker. So if you pay 2, you get to choose both instead of 1. So you tutor 2 creatures from your library or from your hand directly onto the battlefield for a total of 9 mana. So that's what the deck is trying to do, is get up to 9 mana, cast a Tooth and Nail, and then the deck searches out their single copy of Emrakul the Aeons Torn, along with a single Xenagos God of Revels. Xenagos gives the Emrakul haste and doubles its power and toughness, so it becomes a 30/30 haste protection from color spells with flying and Annihilator 6. So you swing with your Emrakul, and usually that's going to win the game. Your opponent sacks 6 permanents. They have to be able to chump the Emrakul, or else they lose on the spot, most likely, because it's going to hit them for 30. For the ramping, it's using the package similar to the mono green or red green blue, whatever color combination you want to call it, Devotion deck we played a little while ago. Basically, you want to use Arbor Elf, Voyaging Satyr, and Kiora, Master of Depths, to untap lands, but you're not just untapping lands for 1 mana, you're untapping lands that produce a bunch of mana thanks to Overgrowth, which enchants a land and lets that land essentially tap for 3 mana. You add 2 green plus whatever you would have added for normally tapping the land. Utopia Sprawl only enchants a forest, adds 1 additional mana. You get to choose the color. So when you're untapping these lands, if you can untap a land with an Overgrowth on it 1 time, all of a sudden by tapping that land twice, you're making 6 mana. It gets you up to your Tooth and Nail super quickly. As far as disrupting the opponent, you have Eternal Witness to get back Primal Command. Primal Command is this weird, like, time-walky effect. It can also search a creature out of your library, which is nice if you're not on the Tooth and Nail plan. You can Primal Command out a creature and just cast it. But basically, you can put a land on top of your opponent's deck and search up the Eternal Witness. Then the next turn, you cast the Eternal Witness, get back the Primal Command, put a land back on your opponent's deck, get another Eternal Witness. It really good at grinding an opponent out of the game, and a couple Blood Moons to lock out non-basics. And then, the backup plan when you're not winning with the Tooth and Nail for Emrakul and Xenagos combo, you got a World Breaker and a couple Ulamog the Ceaseless Hungers. The problem with Emrakul is it's pretty expensive. To actually cast an Emrakul, you need 15 mana, which is a ton. On the other hand, World Breaker and Ulamog, while still expensive, are more doable at 7 and 10 mana. And then Oath of Nissa kind of ties everything together because you don't have that many actual finishers in the deck. It's nice to have a card that can dig through your deck a little bit to find your 2 of Ulamog, find your World Breaker. As far as the mana base, get a bunch of fetch lands, get a bunch of shock lands, some forests, and 4 Eldrazi temples, which does give the deck a way to legitimately hard cast an Emrakul, and definitely helps with World Breaker and Ulamog as well. In the sideboard, got this kind of aggro package. Spellskite, good against anything with burn spells, super important against effect and other like pump spell combo decks, Death Shadow for example. Kitchen Finks, Pulsum Rasa, gain you a bit of life, help you stay alive in aggro matchups. Then we have some ways to destroy artifacts and enchantments in Ancient Grudge and Creeping Corrosion. Beast Within is basically a Vindicate, so it hits any permanent, can hit a land, can hit a planeswalker, artifact, enchantment, but you leave behind that 3/3 green beast token. Thrun and Pithing Needle help against control decks primarily. Thrun can't be countered, regenerates, and Pithing Needle shuts down any Nahiri or anything else with activated abilities. So that is Tooth and Nail for Modern. I hope you enjoyed today's Instant Deck Tech. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.